Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today's recap is on the story Proposal Scandal. Please subscribe to the channel and help us get to 1,000 subscribers. In the hustle and bustle of the city, two friends are engaged in a conversation while on their way to exercise. Claude Rivière, aged 21 years, is in the France national swimming team. His friend teases him because he seems thrilled at the thought of meeting his idol. His friend advises him to get a grip on himself and reminds him that he's a national representative. His friend continues to talk to him, but he's lost in his musings, wondering if he can really meet with this idol of his. It's just not okay if he can't meet her because he's been waiting for so long for it. For years ago, he watched her on television as she participated in a game and he fell in love at that moment. He became a complete fan, seeking out all of Nari's interviews, video clips, and photos. The more he did that, the more he wanted to meet her in person, and the reason he properly prepared for the national representative was to meet her. Currently, he's seated on a couch still fantasizing about meeting his idol, Hari. Lost in thought, he wonders if he can really meet her, though it seems like their paths would never cross. "I hope she likes me," he says, looking all pitiful. His friend comes in asking if he's referring to the athlete he mentioned and why he's worrying like someone in unrequited love. He stammers and denies it, saying he just wonders if she was going to like him as a fan. As they go back and forth in discussion, his friend advises him to go for a walk to warm up, not minding if he gets to meet her or not. He agrees and they both take a walk together. Meanwhile, at the Korean women's archery team dormitory, Hari and her friend are discussing the athlete from the nation's swimming team, the same one who idolizes her. They say his mom runs a famous sports brand company and his dad is a well-known model. An elite born with a silver spoon who's also got a good personality. The guy seems to have it all. They decide to go get food. On their way there, they keep discussing the boy who seems perfect and unreal. Hari wonders what the chances were of her meeting him, and that if it was meant to be, then they should have crossed paths already. Eventually, they meet. Both startled and short of words. She thinks to herself, he's really handsome. Both being shy just stare at each other as they walk past themselves, saying nothing to each other. He finally summoned up the courage and called for her attention. "Excuse me," he says, as he grabs her by the arm and quickly apologizes, followed by a loud request of him asking her to marry him. This draws the attention of everyone around the vicinity. In a split second, he thought to himself of how hard he prepared for this moment he had been anticipating for years, even until 20 minutes ago, only to finally meet her and forget about all of that. She looks at him wondering if he is okay as he tries to recover from his misspeech. He apologizes, saying he only intended to say hi as he was such a big fan. It was a weird moment that got her confused, so she dragged him out. They talk for a while and she notices how he couldn't look at her properly. He tried to deny it, but it was obvious as he had a red face already. They sit at a nearby chair and she asks if she can speak informally to him because he's younger than her. They chat for a while before she stands up to leave, telling him that if he fails to say hi when next they meet, then she is going to keep following him until he does so. "Good night, Claude," she says, leaving him in disbelief and thinking to himself that he likes her already. Now they're friends and they greet each other warmly whenever they cross paths. With Claude already developing feelings for her, he tries not to always run up to her to not embarrass her like he did at the restaurant. Ending the day, Claude is in his bed staring at his phone waiting for her to call, which she eventually does. They talk for a while, with him trying to get details of her daily life before going to bed. Feelings kept growing uncontrollably as they planned to go eat something sweet after the match was over. The next day came by and he watched Nari's match, and they later sat out to chat some more. Nari asks his thoughts on her match today, but he replies helplessly, talking about how beautiful she looked. Both staring into each other, Nari asks if this is still just fan love, with the hope of him saying what she expects to hear, knowing deep down that she wants him. He stares into her eyes as he plants a kiss on her and says no, with hopes that she also feels the same way for him. They get romantic as he whispers to her, asking if she would like to come to his room. She follows him to the room and they get intimate. Although he's shy and nervous, she makes him comfortable and lets him know that he can do whatever he wants. The intimacy continues as they talk to each other softly. With him letting Nari know how inexperienced and scared he is, Nari takes charge and gets the job done. The day goes by with the match day already here. Claude seems very nervous and worried in the dressing room of the athletes. He kept thinking about the night before and whether he confessed to Nari the right way about his feelings or if she would even take his words seriously. He then decides to confess to her properly after his match and to do so with a gold medal, giving him the huge responsibility of trying to impress Nari. The young man just wants to prove to her that he's worthy of her. While in his thoughts, Nari shows up and wishes him luck from a distance and also reminds him of their meal together after the match. Claude walks up to her and tells her that he has something he'd love to tell her after the match, also asking that she wait for him, which she agrees to. The match goes on as Claude wins a silver medal. However, he isn't too happy with it because of his plans to impress Nari with a gold medal and confess his feelings too. After the match, he stands in the pool with his head lowered in shame for not winning the gold. Nari walks up to him and congratulates him on the silver medal with a smile on her face before she notices his long face, which she questions him about. He denies there's an issue, but she insists on knowing what's wrong because obviously, he's meant to be celebrating. He then opens up and tells her that he planned to confess to her with a gold medal for her to see that he worked hard enough to impress her, but it didn't turn out as he would have preferred. Nari consoles him and even goes on to suggest that they should date because she likes him. He agrees and tells her how much he likes her also before they share a kiss. With the uncontrollable and intense feelings around them, they get into the shower together and get intimate again, this time almost getting caught by the security guard. They go on to confess their love to each other as he promises to be by her side forever. They both laugh and continue in their love story. If you enjoyed this short story, please let us know in the comments. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.